Do you know who your business is for? Hey, brilliant women. I'm Yvette, and with me is Juliana.
Hello. Today we're asking, what is the problem you solve or the aspiration you help fulfill for your clients or customers?
The problem I solve or aspiration I fulfill. Hmm, that's a deep one, the problem I solve. That seems pretty straightforward, but what about the aspiration I fulfill? What does that look like in my business?
It is an interesting framing. I think we hear in small business trainings and events, in those circles, we often hear, what's the problem your business solves? I think about it in terms of a creative or an artist. They might say, problem I solve. Sure, you could possibly frame it like I create paintings that match a couch as solving a problem for their client that needs that. But I think it might go just a little deeper than that.
I think you're right. It's important to focus on the client, not necessarily you, the business owner. And what does it really mean to do this? I think it's quite different to help a client fulfill an aspiration versus solving a client's problem. I think of creatives as fulfilling an aspiration, whether it's a jewelry designer or a sculptor. And what they have to offer the world impacts people in terms of creating an item of beauty that are expressions of emotion, they're thought provoking, and they're generally uplifting the human spirit. That's very different than solving a problem, right?
Yes. I think also about people who offer services, and maybe they take someone from feeling a certain way. Like perhaps your client is frustrated with their business finances. They're confused, they don't know where to start, and they're trying to get ready for tax season. And you offer a service that helps them get organized, helps them get all their business finances in order. So they're aspiring to feel a certain way. I think what this leads to is really shifting the lens and focusing on the person that you're offering your services or products to instead of focusing on me, myself, and I as the business owner. I do X, Y, and Z in the business. We can offer you X, Y, and Z. It's really shifting the focus a bit and centering the client in how you talk about what it is that you do. So that might be a little different than just listing out your features or what you offering.
You know, that's a really interesting distinction because on the face of it, it seems obvious that it's about the client. But I'm not sure that's how many of us approach our businesses. We get very focused on what we're offering, what we're selling, what we're hoping people will pay us money for, right? And what you're suggesting to me now is that we think about what it does for the client. How does it solve a problem?
Right. And I think what that requires is actually getting to know your clients or your potential clients more deeply. Do you know what problems they have or aspirations they carry? No, really. Do you know? Really understanding what is their now state and what is the future state that they're trying to get to. And then thinking about how you and your business are a guide that can help them move along that path, deeply rooting into the client's needs, aspirations, goals, whatever it is that they're really struggling with. I think that takes a little bit of a different type of research.
You're right. There's definitely research needed with this. Where does my client hang out? Is it on social media or are they networking in person? Depending on my client and the type of business they have. But really, am I asking questions? And am I listening to their needs or aspirations? Yes, it's important to know characteristics of your clients, like demographics or behavior patterns. But really, the root of it is deeply understanding what it is that they are trying to solve or aspire to in their lives.
That's really great. And then when you truly know your client, you can create a profile of your perfect client and you can get to understand how you and your business can be the guide to help them solve their problem or reach their aspiration.
Well, I think we've given everybody a lot to think about. Remember, you can download the PDF with this journal prompt. Take a few minutes to sit and drink some tea, light a candle. This is your time to take for yourself, even just 10 to 15 minutes. Really sit with this prompt and journal about what it might look like if you don't already have that deep understanding.
So next time we'll be asking, what is your secret sauce?
So let's get unstuck.
One question at a time.